John Calvin on Psalm 107, verses 42 and 43. The righteous shall see it and rejoice, and all iniquity shall stop her mouth. Whoso is wise and will observe these things, even they shall understand the loving kindness of the Lord. The upright see and rejoice. In whatever manner the wicked may be constrained to recognize God as the supreme ruler of the universe, nevertheless, in seeing they see not, and derive nothing from the sight, except that their conduct is rendered the more inexcusable. But the righteous are not only able to form a good and sound judgment of these events, they also spontaneously open their eyes to contemplate the equity, goodness, and wisdom of God, the sight and knowledge of which are refreshing to them. For the joy which they experience in this exercise is a pledge that their thus observing these things was the spontaneous effusion of their hearts. Whoever is wise, let him heed these things and consider the great love of the Lord. We are now informed that men begin to be wise when they turn their whole attention to the contemplation of the works of God, and that all others beside are fools. For however much they may pique themselves upon their superior acuteness and subtlety, all this is of no avail so long as they shut their eyes against the light which is presented to them. In employing this interrogatory form of address, he indirectly adverts to that false persuasion which prevails in the world, at the very time when the most daring heaven-despiser esteems himself to be the wisest of men, as if he should say that all those who do not properly observe the providence of God will be found to be nothing but fools. This caution is the more necessary, since we find that some of the greatest of philosophers were so mischievous as to devote their talents to obscure and conceal the providence of God, and, entirely overlooking his agency, ascribed all to secondary causes. By the term observe, he informs us that the bare apprehension of the works of God is not enough. They must be carefully considered in order that the knowledge of them may be deliberately and maturely digested. And therefore, that it may be engraven upon our hearts, we must make these works the theme of our attentive and constant meditation.